Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Flamingo Homeschool. I'm Angela, and today we're going to talk about how I prepare unit studies for my kids' interest-led learning. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I do is when they say, I want to learn about this, and I'll give you the example. I'm going to use the example of what we're on right now, which is pirates. This is our second week of studying pirates. And so the first thing that I do is I start pulling all the resources that we have here, that are books that we own, games, things like that we own that I could possibly go with our unit. And so the next thing that I do is see if my kids have any dress up clothes that we could use to really make it exciting. For pirates, we do have little costumes from the Dollar Tree, I think they are, and they're just little pirate vests. And so it doesn't have to be crazy. It could be as simple as just making like eye patches with some string and a piece of black paper that's cut out like that. And just having them do their sight words with a eye patch on, or whatever. Read a book and talk like a pirate while they're reading it. Read it like a pirate. It can be as simple as that. So, and also don't think that you have to do all of the things that I do to have a successful unit. And the library is your best friend. So the first thing that I do is check and see what games and books we have, and then I check for any kind of fun things that they might have, toys or dress up clothes or things that they might have that we could use. The next thing that I do is I actually get online and I go on to our local library's website, and then I start looking for books in the section for my kids, the juvenile section or the youth section. And I try to reserve books that I think would be really fun to read that I don't have. So once I've already checked out our books, I'll see like, okay, I would like to have, this many more books, and see if we can get through them, and see if they're exciting enough for my kids. And then I will kind of look at the topic and see how can I branch out on this to make it more educational. So how can I sneak in some fun information about science, geography, history, those kind of things. So what can I do to introduce topics that they might go off on a rabbit trail to study? So I might look at books about sharks. I might look at books about the ocean and sea life and things like that, and kind of just build on that. So that way, if they say, hey, that's cool, sharks, I never thought about that, they'd walk the plank or something and they were in, shark infested water, let's learn more about sharks. Then I have, 2 or 3 books that they can look at, that we can read, that will give them more information on sharks or the oceans or things like that. So that is kind of how I will sneak in. It's not really sneaking because my kids they're smart, they know, but it's just something, it's kind of like giving them a choose your own adventure, I guess. I don't know if you remember those books. I'm kind of on the older side, so maybe you don't. Maybe you're just younger, or maybe you've never heard of them, but they were books that you could kind of choose your own ending. And so it's kind of like that. You give them all these different things, and then they can kind of choose where they want to go with it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff in our unit and what we are using right now. I'll try to insert, I actually made them, I do try to do a sensory bin, not for every single unit, but every once in a while I will change up our sensory bin. And so I'll try to insert a picture here of our sensory bin for this unit that I created. And I just got some little pirate people off of like Amazon, and we had some of these little fake jewels from the Dollar Tree that I put in there, and I made a buried treasure for them, and they loved it. And so they have been playing with it every day And since then we have added a pirate ship to it, a little plastic toy pirate ship that they had that I didn't know where it was. So then we love Fly Guy. So this is a book that we actually had already, that is like a reader for my kids, and we had gotten it at a book fair when my daughter was in pre-K, I think, and she loved me to read her the Fly Guy books, and especially my son. So this one is on sharks, so we already had that. So that is one thing. And then we own the entire collection of the Magic Treehouse books and the Merlin's Mission books. My kids both love them, and we do these as a read aloud. My daughter does also read them herself sometimes, and they are pretty, they're pretty good for her to read at this age. So we have the Magic Treehouse, Pirates Past Noon. And then, of course, we have a lot of these as well. Not all of them, but we do have a lot. The Magic Treehouse Fact Tracker, Pirates. This gives really good actual facts about history and things like that, which I love because it's got Jack and Annie, which are the main characters in the Magic Treehouse books in it. And it also has... See, there's Jack and Annie. It also has actual information, which I love. That's true, you know, nonfiction. And then we have Who Was Blackbeard. So this one I actually purchased off of Amazon when I was planning this unit, because I thought that would be really fun to figure out who is Blackbeard the pirate. And so that was really good. And then, of course, you guys know I love Usborne. You may or may not have seen my Usborne haul. I'm not sure. But if you haven't, you will see this in there. It is 100 Things to Know About the Oceans. And so just really cool pictures about the oceans. And we actually got to see one of those this weekend. Lionfish, I think is what it's called. And so then I have history, 100 Things to Know About History. And this is, it actually has a page in here about pirate, or about parlay, which is, I guess, a pirate term. And so we were reading about that today. And then we have 100 Things to Know About Science, which I love having these because you can go down all different kinds of rabbit trails. And there's all different kinds of things. Some of them are about the ocean. There we go. That's the page I was looking for. And some of them are not, but that was really cool. Also, this book we've had for a long time, and it's got some really, like, you can kind of see it's worn and torn. But my son, who is a very hands-on learner, loves this. So does my daughter, actually. But it's kind of cool because it kind of takes you through the shark. It's kind of like dissecting without all the yucky part of dissecting the shark. And so it just kind of shows you different things. In there, and it kind of goes through the whole thing, and then you've got a shark on the back. So that is a really cool one. Like I said, this is very, very old, so I'm not sure. I think we've had this for like 3 or 4 years, but when we got it, it was from, I believe, Thrift Book, so it was already used when we got it, but we didn't care. Okay, and then Swimming with Sharks. The Daring Discoveries of Eugenie Clark, which, if you're not familiar, she is the shark lady. She founded the Moat Laboratory, and now it's an aquarium and museum. And so just kind of tells about her life. So we'll definitely, that'll kind of take us hopefully on a little journey to learning more about her, I'm hoping. And then this one, I believe I got this at either Costco or Sam's, and it was in like a big bundle of different books like this, which is Curious Questions and Answers About Our Oceans. There was Curious questions and answers about a bunch of different things, but I pulled this one out of there so that we can kind of read little bits and pieces of it. And it's got really pretty pictures, and it has, again, just like those 100 Things to Know books, it's kind of like that. It has these little bits of information in here that are not like totally overwhelming, but really cool facts and things that you might not know about the ocean, which I thought was amazing. And then this book, I want to say I got this at Cracker Barrel. If you're from the South, you know where that is or what that is. It's a restaurant and they have a store, and so I think that this was from there, and I am so excited. I believe that my daughter has already gotten into this, but hopefully everything is still there. But it's got like little pop-ups. So you want to be a pirate, so it gives you like all different things that pirates did. And then it's got all these different little flaps, so just really interactive, which is good for keeping the attention of my son and my daughter. And so just different information, but in a really fun way. So it has like, get the flaps up, but it has like all these little flaps and things, and it goes over weapons. And look at this guy. This one says sick as a parrot. I don't even know. Okay, so there's him with an eye patch. I'm not sure why he's in his underwear. That's kind of interesting. Let me see if I can flip this. Oh, there's his peg leg. So it tells you all different information about that. So I'm not sure why he's in his underwear, but we'll have to read that. So then it has all different types of boats and things like that. This one, a treasure trove. So you get to open each one of these, and I think there's like a different type of treasure, what treasure could be. It could be the ship. It could be fish. It could be all different kinds of things. So you get to open each one. Oh, there's some jewels. And then it talks about the different types of treasure. So this was a really, really cool find. We went there to eat with my in-laws, and I knew we were going to do this unit. Ooh, that's really cool. I wonder what that is. It's like a letter. That's cool. So I knew we were going to do this unit, and I had to just go ahead and get this for this unit in particular. So again, that's the Ultimate Pirate Handbook. Hopefully it's not too much glare for you. And then I already had bought this marine biology unit, and it's already stapled and kind of put in a booklet for my kids. But I had already gotten this unit from The Good and the Beautiful because I love their stuff. And so if they do want to dive more into marine biology and know more things, then I already have these ready to go. I'm sure that they will, and I will do what I can to encourage them. I do like that these have little experiments that you can do, and I think my kids will love that as well. So I do have that. And then I also purchased these from The Good and the Beautiful to go with that, and these are just gorgeous. So there's this one, which is Dangerous Sea Creatures, which my son will probably love, and then this one, which says Dive, Explore the Coral Reefs Around the World. So that is really cool. My daughter will love that, and so will my son. They really love learning about different places and different cultures and different things like that, so, which I do too. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with them as well. And then I also have these Paint by Stickers Kids, and they are the Under the Sea, and I have one for each of my kids. Now we've already done some out of here, but we still have a lot left to do. And what it is it has numbers on there, and then in the back they have the stickers. If I can find them, see, there's the stickers for that one. So you take the stickers and you coordinate the numbers. This is really, really good for my son because he has SPD and he has a hard time with his fine motor skills, but it's also really good for my daughter just to kind of, you know, she's counting and she's using her hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills, and I really enjoy it as well. So that is good. And then I'm going to show you this one. This is a DK Eyewitness book, and it is Pirate. And now this book we did purchase used from thrift books, which I love thrift books because I think this was only like $2 or $3. It was really, really cheap. And so I did purchase this. And so this will be another resource where we can look up different things about pirates and you know, things that we want to know about. So that is really cool. And then this book we've had for a while. It was used when we got it, but it is 1001 Pirate Things to Spot. So it's kind of like Where's Waldo, but for pirates, which is I thought was really cool. So that'll be fun for us to do together and just kind of sit there, and you have to find a different number of different things, 10 shovels and 9 monkeys and 8 coconuts and 6 toucans and 4 treasure maps. So that is the end of the books that I have. Plus we have library books, but I did not grab those. So we'll definitely be using those. And don't think that you have to buy those. You can definitely, you know, check them out from your library. So I like having them on hand as resources when I can afford them. Do what your budget allows. So the next thing I'm going to show you, and this isn't necessarily pirates. This is one that we've played a bunch of times before, but my kids still really love it. It is called Ocean Raiders, and it's kind of like Chutes and Ladders, but you have to try to get to the treasure before, well, there's a couple different ways you can play. One is collaborative, one is against each other, but you have to try to get to the treasure, and you have to add up the number that you're on and what the dice rolls. So you kind of have to add larger numbers, and you can even make it more challenging by adding, you know, another die or dice, whatever, die into the equation, and making it, you know, bigger numbers. So we play this quite often, and my kids love it. But I figured it's ocean themed, so I'll definitely we'll definitely be doing that. And then hold on, guys, my stuff's gonna topple over here. There we go. And then the last thing that I have right here with me is Risk Junior. Now, if you're not familiar, we already have had this and we love it and we play it. My kids really enjoy this game. The little ships, they like throw the dice off. You flick the back of them and they throw the dice. Let me see if I can show you that. So it's a bunch of different islands, and then you put your pirates on the islands. Everybody takes turn putting their pirates on the islands, and then there's treasure on most of the islands, I think. And so then you start in the middle, and you can go, there's little dotted lines. I don't know if you can see, you can only go to the ones that are connected by the dotted lines from where you are. So you go traveling around the board and you battle each other, and whoever gets the highest number when you battle is the one who takes the island and the treasure. And then whoever has the most treasure and the most islands at the end, they get a point for like each coin on their treasure cards and each island that they have control over. They are the winner. So really fun game. My kids really love it. And so it's, of course, pirate themed. And so we definitely had to play that. Love that. And we love playing games. So I really hope that this gave you a good glimpse into our unit studies, and I also try to, let me just say, I also try to incorporate, like I said, their into their daily routine. Whether they are just reading these cards, I will have them do it like a parrot or a pirate or whatever. We'll just try to make it really fun for them so that they are excited about it and they are engaged and they are loving it, because that is my ultimate goal, is to give them a love of learning and to really foster their creativity and help them to discover things that they are very interested in, which is why we do unit studies. I hope that you really enjoyed this, and I appreciate you watching me, and I hope that I will see you here again in the future. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.